What's up everybody, welcome to another video from Mesolite Visual Channel. Today let's try to dissect and see how we can produce this type of architecture in archicad. This kind of architecture, you can see it or it's commonly used for showrooms or maybe warehouses or exhibition centers. That's normally where you see this type of architecture. There's a lot of interesting stuff that I wanted to tackle with you and see how we can go about this type of architecture in archicad. So this is a work by Alex Juarez from Mexico. This is his account from Behance platform. So if you are not familiar with Behance, I don't know I'm pronouncing it correctly, but just check the link on the description for this guy's account and follow him. Make sure you follow him. Behance account, like I'm saying, it's a platform where you can find jobs from different industries, most especially creative industries. You can also hire a professional or a creative professional personnel here, or you can share your portfolio or display your works here in this platform. So like I said, the guy for this account is Alex Juarez. Make sure you follow his account and go through his works there. He has quite a number of fantastic projects just to go look at. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Yeah, it's always best to dissect the project first and come up with some sketches, try to simplify the planes in order to come up with a simple version or simple geometries for you to be able to produce in archicad. And again, this will determine the type of tools you are going to use for you to produce. There are quite a number of interesting features here to look at, which is firstly is the curtain wall. As you can see, this curtain wall is not just a normal curtain wall. It has a slanting side here and it has a trim around the edge, as you can see, just as it goes at the bottom here. So yes, it's interesting. You know, we're going to see how we can go about this to produce this kind of feature. And then we have also this the whole feature here. It's slanting here around the curtain wall, and as it goes to this corner, it's more like slanting. And then there's another view, which is this one, where it captures the side of this feature. It gets on the side, when it gets here, it's slanting, as you can see here. It's very difficult to produce this in archicad, and in most cases there's no just one tool that can produce this once. So you have to have multiple operations and multiple tools, try to entertain them and to create this kind of results. So without any further ado, let's just start it in archicad. So I'm going to open archicad. Let's just open my archicad. Obviously I'm going to use the latest MS BIM 2023 archicad professional template. So if you don't have this template, or if you're interested in getting this template to define your project graphics standards and try to speed up your workflow, make sure you go down to the link. There's a link there on the description to get this template. There's also an opportunity to grab with both hands, guys. If you purchase or if you get this template now, for the first 50 people, they will be awarded or rewarded a 6 months monthly subscription membership from our Patreon account, where we share courses, ebooks, resources like project details, project files, and presets, templates, as just to mention the few. So you'll be given a 6 months subscription membership that worth $150. So it's an opportunity and a half. Make sure you go down to the description. Like I said, you would find the link there to claim your opportunity. So the first thing that to do is to open, because we're dealing with the facades. I'm going to open one of the elevation. Let's just select this marker, right click, and then open with current view settings, or you can just open it from here on the elevation folder. By default, to bring you or to give you these tools to define further or to detail further your elevations. If you want, you can modify. If you want, you can delete and start your own. You can customize as well if you want. So they are a foundation for producing quality elevations drawings in archicad. So I'm not going to do anything to this because they are features that are almost needed 100% for defining or documenting your elevation. So what I'll need to do is just to go to the design tool palettes, under the documents. Let's activate the polyline tool. I'm going to try sketch. I have also some sketches here with me that I've use to dissect this type of architecture, so that I can have a clear picture on how I can go about. So I will start with the polyline tool. What I'll do under geometrical method of the polyline, I will use the rectangular method. So I'm gonna draw this a box like that, a box of let's say the width will be, I'm just going to assume, just estimate this, let's say it's going to be 25 meters, and then the height will be, oh, that's too much. The height will be, because it's a double volume, I would say 6 meters. Yes, I think let's reduce this width to, or let's reduce it by maybe 7 meters. Yes, I think it makes sense. And then let's just drag it to the side. To drag it, if you are new to archicad, you can control D in your keyboard, hit control D, and then you can specify the first point of dragging. So for example, I can specify anyway because I don't have any defined input to move this. I will say click here and then drag it horizontally like that. Make sure you follow the guidelines. You see the blue guidelines to restrict your moving or your dragging operation horizontally, or you can just shift hold in your keyboard to restrict it orthogonal or horizontally like that. And then you can key in whatever dimensions or whatever measurement you want to move. In this case, I just want to just bring it somewhere here, and then I can let's say move also the dimensions, elevation dimensions there, and then let's select all the lines. I can just select all the lines one by one, or you can hit Control A once you've selected or you activated the line tool in the tool palette. So in this case, I'm going to use the adjust tool, and then I'm going to draw a vertical line where I want the adjustment of this line points to be. So it's going to be somewhere here. I'll just do that to adjust all the lines, which is fine. So let me just get rid of the graphic override of style and make it no override, just to have two colors or two pen weights of this. I would later now overwrite universally the pen weights for my elevation. And then what I'm going to do is make sure this, I think it's fine, the line is fine. I can make it solid instead of dashed. Let's make it continuous. Okay, so next thing that we need to do is to define the geometry of our shape, of our building. So I'll start with this point. I'll click on this point, and then on your pet palette you click on move. Let's move it to the right by, I think by 2 meters is fine. I don't have measurements for this. I'm just gonna estimate these guys, and then I'm going to do the same to this point. Move it to the right by the same distance, which is 2 meters, something like this. It looks aggressive, but I think for the sake of this demonstration, you get what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to achieve here. So, and then I'll click on this point. Let's now fillet or chamfer this point. Click on the fillet or chamfer. I'm gonna use let's try 1 meter first, the radius, and see. Yeah, I think it's something. We can also cross check or to confirm with the images. Let's see, this might be 500. Okay, let's go back to our archicad. I would say undo, start your fillet, make it I think this time I'm gonna make 700. I think 700 it's more as it's exact, or it's closer to the image. So do the same to this point, click on the point and fillet, use the same radius. Perfect, it looks great. What we need to do is to define let's go back, is to define the opening here, and then also where we're going to place our curtain wall. So let's just go back, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick the same polyline and click on it, or click on one of the points. This time around we're going to offset all the edges. Let's click on this, and we're going to offset by, let's say or we can just, because of the rounded edges, it won't go all the way. It will stop where the corners are 90 degrees, or they're meeting, or they're going to get rid of the corner like this. So let's just click here. Oh, sorry, no, I'm supposed to get a copy instead of moving one. Let's undo. To get a copy, to offset a copy, you have to click Control in your keyboard. It will add plus in your case, as you can see here. Make sure that is visible or graphically defined, so that you know there's a copy, you are carrying a copy, and click there. Yeah, so from here, what I can do, I think I would also click here again and add a copy, and I'll make sure this goes out by 250, something like that, at 250. And then from here I would click on the point or on the edge of this line and add a point, a new point there. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is to extrude or offset this edge. If we click on it, and then on the pet palette there's offset edge, let's drag it there by, I think by 5 meters. 5 meters. Perfect. So now we have almost the geometry or the foundation of our opening, as you can see here. What we need to do also, let's take this edge down to 0, and I'll take this I think I must have another point somewhere here. Let's add another point somewhere here. Let's move this point to there, and then let me do a cross check a bit. Yes, because it's slanting, it's not straight to the main geometry, it's slanting, and then it gets bent when it gets here, and that way. Perfect. So I think, let me get rid of this point, I'll move it to this corner, and then I can now drop this guy a bit, maybe by 1 meter, something like that. And then I'll bring this guy here, somewhere there, then I'll move him by a meter, like that. Yeah, so let's round our corners. I'll round this corner by, this will be a huge round, as you can see on the image here. It's a huge round. Let's go back and make sure it's around 3 meters. Let's try 3 meters. Not bad. Or maybe 2.5. Let's undo and then go for 2.5. Yes, and then this, I'll just convert this to a curve like that. It's not smooth. It's not smooth. I think I need to bring this back a bit. It has to be something like that. Still, it's, yeah, something like that. Perfect. And then we have another corner here to round. This will be around 500. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, I think we're almost there. I can get rid of this one just to appreciate now the geometry. Perfect. I think I have a base of my feature. So what I'll do, I'll select the 2 lines or the 2 polylines and then drag a copy. You can say Ctrl+Shift+D to drag a copy down here below. What I want to do is to pick a polyline or activate the polyline tool, and then I'm going to press and hold the spacebar key in your keyboard to activate the magic wand, and then I'm going to hover my cursor here on this point and then click there to define that region. So this region, it's important, we can get rid of that, get rid of these ones. So now we've remained with just a region for our feature. So let's go to the design tool palette. We're going to use a morph tool to carve this. You can use different types of tools. Even a complex profile can still does the job, but for this type of exercise I would use morph tool. Reason being, because we don't have a smooth straight curve. As you can see, I said here it's slanting as well. it's defined clearly on this elevation. So by using a complex profile, it's going to be difficult for you to get this. Hence, I've chosen for the morph tool. So let's activate the morph tool and then click on the boundary by clicking the spacebar key and hold. So your magic wand cursor will be active, and then you click on the region like that. So let's select now our morph plane to the correct point. So if you check on 3D, if you check on 3D, if nothing appears in your screen, make sure you go down here, go down below here, there's a fit window into your screen. Click on that. Yeah, it will give you this. So what you need to do is, as you can see, we're going to extrude this by the width of the building. So as you can see, let's go back here. We're going to extrude this by this width from here to there. So we can estimate how much this is, around 5 meters. Let's go back and click on the surface of your plane. On your pet palette, the tools will be the first tool is push and pull. Mind you, if you click maybe on the curve or on the edges of the morph, it will give you different tools to deal with. So as you can see, there's no a press pull tool here because we've selected the edge instead of the surface. So we want to select the surface like that, so that we can access the push and pull tool to extrude our element like that. So like I say, this is going to be 7.5. Okay, that's basically the geometry that defines the form. We can also come and create a hole or punch a hole on this, because at the end of the day, this space is going to be accessible. So there is a space here instead of having it solid like that. To achieve that, let's see how you can do it. What I'll do, I'll go back to the elevation, and then I'm going to utilize this element. But this time around, I'm not gonna go all the way to that. I'm going to cut it here, trim it somewhere there. Let's draw a polyline somewhere here. Oh, sorry, make sure it's the polygonal geometry method. Let's pick it here. Make sure I've picked it from the point is. Then let's go to the morph tool and hit or press the spacebar key to activate the magic wand, and then click on the region like that. Okay, let's check on 3D and extrude this by the distance of a space. In this case, we want to exclude the walls, so it's going to be 7. It was 750, and this one is going to be 730 or 720. Oh, sorry, 7.720. 7,020. What am I doing? 7,200. Yes, that's what I'm trying to. Let's go back to the elevation and raise this to the 0 level like that, and then go back. So as you can see, it has to be positioned well. So you can also do it on a 2D plane or here on the 3D. So what I need to do is to move it, Control D, to move it centrally or center to this by, I'm going to move it by 150, something like that, something like this. And then I think I need to drop it down by, I'm going to select the surface and extrude down by 200. Yes, something like that. And then the side is going to be a challenge. No, I think what I did a mistake. Let's delete that, and then let me just show you what I've done first. So I need to pick a polyline first. Let's go to documents and pick a polyline and use the polyline to define the region, unlike we done before we did the morph. So once we have this polyline, we're going to offset all edges by, let's say, 300, right? Yes, and then Yeah, this will be the height of the floor. And then that's when we can go back to our move tool and then define this region. Go back to the 3D and let's extrude this by, we did 7.3 meters. This time around we're going to do 7.1, or let's just go for 7 meters. Perfect. And then go back again to the elevation view. Let's bring this to the 0 level, like that. Oh, it needs to go to 300. Go up by 300. Yes, so that it can be centrally positioned. Okay, once we have it here, so it needs to be positioned center of this. So to see it clearly, you can go to the ground floor plan. If it doesn't show up here, it means that the linked stories is not ground. So you can go back and then let's select all these morphs and then make sure we link it to the ground floor as our home story. And then there we go. You would find both your morphs. So this is the one that we want to position it to the center of the main morph. So in order to get the center point or the midpoint of any element, a line, or you hover around your cursor, if you see this Mercedes-Benz symbol, you know it will give you the horizontal line, the slash line, to indicate it's your midpoint. For example, if you want to do in this one, we just do that. Here it is, and then and then you hit Control D. We're going to move it to this point. Perfect. Let's confirm before we do the subtraction or the Boolean operation. Let's confirm everything. Once we are happy, I'm going to deselect the main morph to remain only with the one that we want to use it as a Boolean. So I'm going to right click, then go to Boolean and subtract. Once you've subtracted, you have to click on the main or the remaining part. There we go. We have now a portion there. It didn't cut here because we made a mistake. So let's just say undo. I'll show you what I'm trying to say. So sorry about that, guys. But some of these things I'm gonna repeat it so that you can get it clear. Instead of having this one, we're going to get rid of it. Let's go back to our elevation. It's good to understand this problem so that you can because the situation is different. So you might have a similar situation, whereas I didn't cover it in this tutorial, and then you get stuck. So instead of having this here, we're going to offset the edge to be right there, or just go beyond your main line, because we're just using it just to create an opening. That's basically what I'm trying to do. Okay, so this is going to be just a line. We're going to convert it into a straight line like that. Let's fix it here. Let's fix it there, and then move this point to this point. Perfect. Let's pick our morph and then do the same. Hit the spacebar key in your keyboard to activate your magic wand, and then make sure you select this time around, because there are lines on top of each other. We want to select the line edge instead of the region, because you can see the difference. If you select the region, it's exclude this part we want to include. So it's best you do what? You select the curve or the edge of the line, and then click to apply your morph plane. And then if you go back to 3D, I'm going to extrude this by 7,000 millimeters, and then go back to our elevation. Let's move this, or just set it to the ground, and then make sure it's on 0. Perfect. Now it will be easy for us to subtract, but before you subtract, let me just show you. You need to centralize it on the 2D, on the plane. So I'm going to go back on the floor plan and move it by the point, by the midpoint, to this, the main morph midpoint, like that. And then go back to the 3D. Let's right click and go to Boolean operation, subtract. We click on the element that wants it to remain, or to subtract. Boom, now we've created a space within our morph. Perfect. So let's move on to the, what you call the curtain wall. But if we go back to the image, the curtain wall has a band, has this band that goes all the way to the bottom. As you can see, we need to also do it first before we can place our curtain wall. Let's go back, and then we're going to work on elevation. So let's sketch first that bend. So I'm going to use this tool line. I will pick parameters by pressing Alt in your keyboard. It will activate the pick parameter, or you just go at the top there to pick the parameter. If you click on this, it will pick the settings of the previous or the selected element, as you can see here on the info box. Now the parameters are active for the line, of which that's how you can repeat the last operation of your any element. You can use this type of approach. So I'm going to draw a line here. Or let me just draw a box first. That's how I like to work, because box I can manipulate it the way I want. Box, we can call it box or rectangle, something like this. I can do that. Yes, yeah, it goes all the way from here and then goes down. It's fine. And then I can fillet this part. I think let's use 1 meter radius. Yes. And then let's click on one of the points and get the offset all edge. And then click on Control to add a copy. And then we're going to move it by maybe by 150 or 180. Let's say 180. And then we're going to close it off by selecting this line or this edge and then offset it to the top like that. We do the same to the side just to close it off. And then I can, let's select these 2 lines, drag a copy to the bottom, and we're going to pick a morph. Within this morph, we're going to activate the magic wand by hitting the space bar and hold. You see, I'm picking only the region, as you can see, unlike before. I'm not picking the edge, or I'm just picking this region that is being defined by these 2 polylines. And then click on it. Let's take it and then move it to the main building, like so. If we check on 3D, we have that. We have that here. Let's change the material of this. It should be a steel. I would go for a metal. Let's go for an aluminum. Yeah. And then click on the surface, or on the surface to extrude by push and pull tool. So this is going to be 150, something like that. Okay, we have funny joints here, even at the top. I think we have to clean up this. We're going to select this and then right click on the screen. Let's bring solid element operation from connect, solid element operation, and then let's say this by default to be selected as a target. So the main morph is going to be an operator, because we want to trim off this axis for the upward material. So I'm going to choose the subtraction with upward material and then hit execute, so it will be cleaned. We go down to this one, you'd find it's also cleaned perfectly. Okay, nice and clean. And this we can also move it to the other side to get rid of that, of the operation as well, because you'd want to have your file as clean as possible. Because this is a morph, you just right click and then convert this to a morph again, like that. It will get rid of those operations. Okay, let's close this solid element operation. Let's go back to the ground. What I want here is to make sure this is under ground home story, then make sure it's on 0. If you go back here, it will be defined there. Let's select it and then Control Shift M to activate the mirror copy, and then or you can right click to move and mirror copy there. And then let's find a midpoint of this main morph, and we're going to mirror it horizontal to the other side like that. Perfect. That's basically what we have. Now we need to move forward to our curtain wall. So like I said, if you go back, the curtain wall is being defined by this region that is created by this trim and the main morph. So just to be mindful, I'm going to go to ground to place my curtain wall. Let's go back to the floor plan and activate the curtain wall tool from the design tool palette. Let's click on that. Yes, there's already different types of favorites there. I can go with this one. For now, I'm not interested on the settings of the curtain. I'll place it first and then I'll do it later. And then I'm going to draw it from this point. It has to be, I'll flip it to the inside. Yes, it's going to be somewhere here. Okay, check on 3D, and this must be, let's roll our wheel here. We're going to click on the point at the top point there, and on the pet palette, let's stretch that to here. Let me do this to this point, something like that. Yes. And before we do the magic to try fit our curtain wall in the space, let's try to design our curtain wall. So let's go back and reference to the image. We have 1, 2 horizontal line that are in the center, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So which is our vertical members. So to start with, I'll select this guy and then open its settings. I'm going to start on the frames. I'm going to start with the corner frame, make the height to be 80 for the width, and then the distance of the glass area should be the half 80, which is 40, something like that. Do the same to the boundary. It's going to be 80, and the position of the glass will be 40, which is the center of the frame. Let's do the same to these guys. 40. Do the same to the transom. And 40. Okay, and then if you hit OK, you would have your mullions defined like that. Okay, so one thing that to do is to reduce. We have 3 instead of 2, the horizontal members. To get rid of this, I would go to the elevation to define this. Let's move our vehicle to this side. It's important because this is a showroom, so you have to have it there. So then select the curtain wall and hit on edit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of one row or one horizontal member. You call them what? Mullion or mountain? What is the difference, guys? Go in the comment section and let me know the difference. Mullion, is it a vertical member or is it horizontal member? Or mountain, is it? What is it? Let me know, guys. I'm very confused. I'm genuine. I'm really trying to understand. So I'll select this member, and then once we've selected it, there should be an option to select all these members once, or maybe it's only, this feature is only on the 3D. Let's see. Yeah, this feature. Yeah, that was the one I was looking for. Oh, that means it's only available on 3D. I can select all the members and then hit on delete. Let's hit exit, go back to the elevation. What we need to do now is to position this accordingly on the center. So click it, then open it again on edit. This time around we want to use the grids to define the positioning of our members. So make sure the grids are active. By default it will be switched off, as you can see here. Let's make sure they are active. Now you have your grids. I'm sure you can see this grayed out dotted lines. That's your grids. So I'll start with this one. Click on it. You'd see these 2 points that is being selected. So I'll click on the grid like that and then move it to here. I think let's just, for you, if you want to be accurate, you can do the measurement. You can do the measurement and see how this will be spaced, because now I'm just doing it for the sake of demonstration. So you can hit OK. Let's see. Perfect. Yeah, I think it's fine. Let's do the magic. I think I need to reduce the number of vertical members. Let me reduce the number of vertical members. I'll start with this one and then delete. Go back to the elevation. Make sure the grid is active so that we can space our grids accordingly. I'm not gonna use any measurements of spacing these guys. Right, I'm just going to do it manual, like so. And then this is going to be somewhere here, somewhere there. Let's check on 3D. Not bad. Okay, let's see how we can put this into. I haven't tried it before, but I have an idea. So first I'll try this method. Let's go back. While our grid are still active, let's select the outside. Let's select the outside grid like that. And then maybe if we click on this point, we cannot move this point, as you can see. I thought we can move this point separately to this point. Yeah. Okay. Now that means the only option is to use solid element operation. The only option is to use solid element operation. Let's right click while is this being selected, and then go to connect, solid element operation. So by default it's being selected as a target. Let's select our member, our band as an operator. We're going to use subtraction with downwards because we want to trim downwards. So let's go downwards and then hit execute. We have a little problem there, but this is not a big problem. What you do is go back to the ground, and then you see this is what creates the problem. So this needs to be inside here, same up to there. Let's see. Yes, I don't know what changed. Something changed while I was moving those items. Let's undo and see. Okay, I'm going to do it on elevation instead of on a floor plane. So let's select that, and then let's okay, go to edit, make sure the grids are active, and then let's select this grid, move it just inside or midpoint. This, do the same to this one. Oh, nothing's going on, nothing is happening. Nothing is happening, guys. I don't know why. Okay, but this we can just delete if you want. Let's see. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way. Okay, let's just get rid of that. So I'm going to start all over our, before we do the trimming, let's make sure our curtain wall sits on the right position from the first point. I think this will help us, like that. Yes, let's make sure it's not encroaching, but it is. Let's fix it again, bring it back a bit. Let's see. Nice. I think this time around it will work. So pick this as a target, select this as an operator, hit execute, clean as a whistle, clean as a whistle, clean as a whistle. Okay guys, and then we have the other material that are encroaching. I can, but they are hidden. I don't think it's a problem, but it is a problem when we're trying to calculate the surface area or try to quantify. So we're going to also do the same. Let's use this as a target and then the main morph as an operator. This time around we're going to change because the material is on the other side, is at the top. So we're going to use the upward extrusion and then hit execute, so that we only have this region for our what you call a curtain wall. Okay, that was it guys, and then the rest is up to you, because let me go back to, yeah, I think we covered a lot of stuff here. If you want to achieve all these what you call them, translated trusses, they are objects that comes with the default archicad library. So let's go back to the ground and get off the solid element operation. If you go to objects, open the object settings under the library, archicad library, is under basic, I think it's building structures, steel structure. Yeah, there are frames here. There are frames. These are frames, as you can see. Yes, I'm not sure they'll cover all what you want, but that's basically what you can do. Let me see, can you have it horizontal? I mean vertical. If you say 90, I don't think that's the case. Yes, you can. Yeah, as you can see, or you can slant it the way you want, maybe 80. Yeah, okay, that was the end of our tutorial guys. I think you've learned a lot from today's tutorial. If you didn't learn anything, let me know by hitting the dislike button. If you had very interesting skills to take away, make sure you like this video and make sure you share to other guys for them to really benefit for this information. Okay, thank you once again guys. Like I said, the template is in the description. If you want, you can get it and grab the opportunity of having a 6 months monthly subscription membership that worth $150. So that is an opportunity and a half. So yes, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Thank you.